Hi everyone, and yeah, definitely my messy desk today. I haven't even changed over to my December host code. I've had one of those weekends where an unscheduled babysitting occurred. Yeah, 4-year-old. Uma, can I check out your blends? A very nervous Uma supervised that. Now, look, we're going to make a quick card. I know I say this all the time, but we're just using minimal supplies. I'm just going to go through what we have here. We're using these gorgeous, oh, in case you didn't know, I'm Jill Lancet. Sorry. Yep, okay. We're using the beautiful Meandering Meadows papers. Now, these are only able to be seen online or in person. But look, I don't think you're going to make a bum card with any of these, and I'm going to show you how to make these look even more gorgeous. Now, I think I'm just going to randomly pick one of these out of the pack. I'm just going to, hang on, let me see how I'm going to do this. How am I going to do this? I'm just going to flip it from the back and pull one out. Oh gosh, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to make a beautiful card with that. And as I said, you won't see them anywhere in a catalogue. They're only available online. The number is 162735. I'll put that down in the details. Now, this gorgeous, gorgeous painted textured embossing folder is going to be also the star of this show. We need a piece of basic black, and this is 14.3 by 10. We've got an envelope, we've got a card base which is 14.85-ish, and it's scored at 10.5. So we'll fold that first, get that out of the way. And you're going to need your paper trimmer and your embossing and cutting machine. So let's get to getting. Now, as I said, I've randomly picked this out of nowhere, okay? So I want to decide where I want to cut my card. I think I'll have it like this, and we'll have it at 9.5. So I've got this piece left over. I want to trim this down now to 14.3. So we'll go 14.6 from this end, and then we'll trim this from this end to 14.3. I think that's right. As I said, I will have the measurements below. Nope. Must be 13.8. 13.8. That looks a little bit better. Brilliant. Now, if you get these little fuzzy bits, I'll show you what I do. I just run my finger along them. Sometimes I will use an emery board, just rub that along the edges, and that will just, without actually harming the paper, the size of the paper, and beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, so now with this piece here, we're going to use this on the inside of the card, and we're going to use it on the envelope. So we want to cut this down to 14.3. No, 13.8. 8. Let's go this way first. I think it is actually 14.3. Well, we'll see, won't we? Okie dokie. And then I'm going to cut about an inch of this off. So about an inch or 2.5 centimetres. Now that should be just a little bit longer than this piece. That's probably way too long. This is going to go on the inside of the card. No, that's perfect. So I will put the size for this down below. Now this I'm going to emboss at the same time. Well, when I say at the same time, I'm going to emboss it. May not get in there, but I am going to emboss it. This piece we're going to use for the envelope. So I'm just going to emboss this. Now my embossing machine is just behind me. So just talk amongst yourselves. Now, Stampin' Up symbol here is on the front. So I've put my paper in like that. And in this instance, it's not going to matter whether that's straight or not, but I'm going to run this through and I'll be back in just a tick. And that's that piece. Now I'm going to run this 1-inch piece in as well. Now I couldn't do this beforehand because I just wanted to show you that it wouldn't matter which piece of paper you chose, they're all going to look beautiful. Okay, so that's that done. Now I'm going to show you the absolute gorgeousness that this embossing folder puts on that. Now you may or may not be able to see that. I'm going to stand up just to see if I can make sure that you can see that. Look at that. Look at the texture on that. If it's easier to see on the back side. My gosh, look at that. It looks like, now, it looks like an oil painting. So we might even do that for the envelope piece. I don't know. Okay, so we have that. We have our piece of black, and we're going to do something with our black piece. Now, I wanted to show you something, a trick that I found out not so long ago. And it's embossing on our white craft ink. Now, especially on black, some people have an awful lot of trouble. I don't know why, embossing black on white, but for some people it is a big, you know, it just doesn't happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just putting some embossing buddy all over that because we don't want any stray flecks of the white embossing powder. Now I've just inked this up again. It was feeling a little bit dry because I hadn't used it for a while, but I'm just inking this up gently does it, and I just want to make sure I've got ink all over this. Now this beautiful stamp comes from the Sentimental Park set. It's just one word and it's simply love. So, oh, stamping mat. I just need a stamping mat under that because this is a photopolymer stamp. And I'm just popping that down just like that. Now this ink stays wet for a while, so it gives me time to put the white embossing powder on it. So if I miss any of the white embossing powder, there's white ink underneath it. And there we go. So now I'm going to heat set that. That's the only bit of embossing we have. Just pop that out of the way. I'm going to warm my heat gun up for just a second. Just bear with me. And I'm going to take that and there it is. Look at that, lovely. Isn't that lovely? So you'll notice that I've stamped this. This is on our background piece. This is on our mat. And I've stamped it there because I'm going to punch this out with the 1 1/8 scallop punch. Now this is still in the clearance sale. Now there's this one and I think it's 1 3/8. So they will actually stack, and they're both on sale. Effectively, you'll get 2 punches for the price of 1. So you might want to have a look in the clearance rack. The number is 146138. You'll see it on there. Just check that is in the Australian clearance rack. So if you're not in Australia, check your clearance rack. So now I'm going to punch this out, and I've left a border all the way around this so that I can cover that up with our gorgeous piece. So now I'm going to put that onto there. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to, oops, well, that just fell down. Yeah, I'm just going to pop that on there. Now this is a bit quite textured, so if you want to use your liquid glue, yeah, don't go crazy. You just want to have enough to sort of adhere that in place. So I'm going to pop that in there, and I've done it again. I've put, oh, here it is, here it is. I've put glue all over it, and there's a big hole in there, and I forgot about it. Never mind. I'm just hopefully lining that up. It's only a thin border. And now that glue is on there, and I'll be able to get that off quite easily. So there's our gorgeous piece, and it looks for all the world like an oil painting. So there we go. There's that bit. Now, in our card, I'm going to stamp our sentiment. I'm going to do this in black. Now, I'm just going to lay that on there for the minute, because if I get this wrong, I'm going to be able to turn the card over. So I've got my tuxedo black, and from the same stamp set, I have just dear friend. Dear friend. So I'm inking that up. And this is a really nice scripty font. So now I want to sort of line this up with this on here. So I want to center this up here. So if I put it about there, I think that looks okay, given that I'm not right over the top of it. And it does, it looks okay. So that's fine. Now, if I hadn't have stamped that very well, I could turn this over and, oh, luckily there's going to be something over that. But I could turn that over and re-stamp the inside message in here, and then just put my card front over the top of that. But luckily, we have something that's going over that. Otherwise, that's what I would have had to do. So, what did I just do with that? Oh, here it is. I'm just using some Stamp and Seal, and it's only half gone on there. Right. Now don't forget, this is also embossed, so that's going to look really lovely inside the card as well. So there we go. The inside of our card is done, and now we can work on the outside. We've pretty much finished. Like, this is honestly one of the quickest cards, so that's going to go on there. But what I thought to do was, with this little love, I just wanted to pop it somewhere in the corner, and I thought, what can I put on there that will look really lovely? Now, these are also online exclusives. It's the gold and silver trim. Now, if you have a look at the silver trim, on the reverse side, it has white. So I thought I'd just pop some of that on there. So let's see. Let's just see. So I'm going to pop it about there. So if I just put some seal around about there, pop one end into it and wrap that around there. And don't pull it too tight or your card front will actually bend. So let's just see if that's nice and straight. That looks pretty good to me. So that's going like that. Now, I wasn't sure whether to do a bow or not, but I might actually do a little bow for this one. I'll show you the other one that I've made. Now, I'm just going to do rabbit ears because that's the way I do them. And just a small bow, I think. And you can tell me which one you prefer at the end. Now, one side, as I said, is silver and the other side is silver and white, so you may have to tweak this bow. So be prepared for tweakage. Right, let's just check this out now. I'm definitely going to pop that up. I might put it like that. Might just put it like that. Okay, decision made. It's going to be different to the other one, and that's fine. And I'll show you both of them at the end. Right, let's get this on the card front first, and then we will muck around with that bow. Now I'm going to put some glue on this because A, I like it, it's strong, and B, I can wiggle it around if it's in the wrong place. And I always like to put a bit on those ribbon bits, those ribbon ends, because that just is a double insurance policy. So there we go, right on there like that. Now I am going to hold that down for just a few seconds because it's been embossed, it's got a couple of layers, and we've got this gold trim around there as well. Now while we're waiting, I'll tell you that the last chance product sale is on, and a lot of the products that were in the mini catalogue that are still current have been reduced. But you do need to go to my online store to look at those. If you look at last chance products, you will see they'll all come up, all the ones that have been reduced, and you'll be able to have a look at those. Now, that looks absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'm just not sure how I'm going to do this. I might just have it like that. Okay, this calls for a mini glue dot. And I'm going to pop the dough, the bow onto the glue dot. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And I'm just going to fold it back on itself. And I think I'll have it just like that. Okay, so now I've got that on there, I can pop some dimensionals on the back of the tag, for want of a better word. And if I just pop it like that, hopefully 2 will be enough. And I just thought it would look cute, just hanging like that. So it says love on the front, and it says dear friend on the inside. Now that can be for any occasion. I mean, what is a card but sending some love through the mail? So now let's do the envelope. I won't emboss that because I'm sure that would be a waste. It's just going to get scrunched. So we need to just, this is normally what I do on my envelopes, just a strip of scrap paper, and I just trim that off. And then I think that's the mark. Yep, that's the mark. So now we've made a beautiful piece of art that we're sending through the mail. Now, I like to do vertical strips down here because quite often letters get underneath there and damage it and everything. So, yep, I'm going to go down the long way and then down the other side. And it just missed there. Okie dokie. Make sure it opens the right way. Pop this on there. And we have a beautiful work of art that literally looks like a work of art. All that beautiful texture. For all the world, that could be an oil painting. Now here is the other one that I made prior to that. Slightly different aspect. You can see that I've used the scraps on the envelope and on the inside. So one piece of 6 by 6. Here's a different one again. The same paper. One piece of 6 by 6 using the gorgeous painted texture embossing folder. The beautiful Meandering Meadows paper. This one here is just beautiful. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think you're going to get a bum paper in that whole pack. And even the back of them, even these look gorgeous if you run them through that embossing folder. They just look like they've been painted. So let me know what you think about that. Have you thought about using your designer series papers in your embossing folders? If not, give it a go, especially one like this one that just creates so much interest, and whoever gets that is going to wonder how the heck you did that. I can tell you that right now. So yeah, let me think. Let me know what you think. Let me think. Do give me a like and subscribe. If you subscribe, you get notifications when I upload. And share the card making love. And certainly send these beautiful cards out, because they are an expression of love or kindness or caring in the mail. And who doesn't want to receive something like that? So I'll leave you with that thought. Let me know what you think. and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.